I'll just give you a question and then we can go from there. Cool.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined first by Yuma County Administrator Ian McGaughey. We're going to talk to him how he keeps the county in check and all the things that the county take care of. A lot of people don't know the difference between the city and the county. We're going to find out, as well as Ariana Peraza. She is from right here at AWC, part of the soccer team, and our very own Julia Castillo from the theater club right here at AWC. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly, Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
And on today's program, Victor, you've been really helping me book a lot of guests,
Yes.
which is great. I absolutely love it.
There's many interesting people in Yuma County, and we have one of them here today. We have actually 3 of them today.
Yeah, we have three people, 3 guests. And our first guest, Ian McGaughey, which you said that both of you have been adopted by Somerton of
Yes.
sorts, right? You're
Yes.
both not from here, but you were once the city administrator for Somerton, correct?
That's correct.
And now you're the Yuma County Administrator. So we're going to find out how you ended up over here, because you're from like right next to Canada and New York or something.
that's right,
that's a
too.
long journey, dude.
Yeah.
And it had something to do with delicious tamales. I think that's like
got it.
part of the journey. But thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Good to see you.
So but again, where are you from originally?
Yeah, originally grew up in upstate New York, Saratoga Springs. It's a horse racing community. It's north of Albany. And yeah, it's up there in upstate, close to the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm. And it's a horse racing community. So.
It has the oldest continuously operating sports venue in the U.S., which is the Saratoga Racecourse, the richest thoroughbred horse racing in the world in the month of August.
So what's it like growing up around that? Was that pretty cool? Or?
We would go to the track all the time, see the beautiful horses, the races, a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people show up.
And this is the one you bet on, like.
Not as a kid.
Not
but
as a
18
kid,
and
yeah,
over, yes.
like people in
Adults,
general.
yes.
Yeah, you didn't do
Betting
it.
adults, yeah.
They get 50, 60,000 people show up. It's quite a deal.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just vaguely familiar with it, you know, just from what I've seen on movies and stuff like
Sure.
that. But you got to see it. The people get like, man, I just lost that freaking horse. Like you can see people like pretty upset.
A lot of emotions, winning and losing.
Yeah,
Winning-
around here, the only horses we know are pretty much the rodeo
Yeah, that's
right.
it. Yeah.
variety. So
Yeah. But so you grew up over there. And when you were young, did you want to get into administration, or what was that like?
I wanted to play the electric bass, which I did, and I played music for quite a few years. But then at some point I thought, you know what? I'm not so sure this is going to bring me to where I need to be long term. So
Wow. So I was like sharing with you, I was a rapper I was trying to do that for a while. So electric bass, you're talking like a stand-up bass?
No, the electric,
Okay,
like
regular
a
bass.
guitar. Yep.
What
and I
kind of
played
band?
Wedding bands. Well, rock bands in high
Okay.
school, and then I was in wedding bands and played on a cruise ship, like a dinner cruise ship up there on Lake George, if anyone knows the area. So it was fun. It was decent money, but yeah, at one point I decided I need something a little more stable, and I thought about the law profession, which I looked into and went to school for history.
Okay.
But I couldn't keep up with all the reading, so I wound up in the School of Communications and did video. Got out of college and was a news photographer, a cameraman for quite a few years for the ABC affiliate in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Bill Clinton was governor at the time, so that was kind of cool. Got to follow him around on his 92 campaign.
Okay.
So have you met him then?
Yeah,
Oh,
met
okay.
him,
Yeah,
yeah.
very cool.
And then back to New York. I worked for the NBC station in Albany, New York for about 6 years.
As a photographer as well?
News photographer.
I didn't know you had a news background. That's very cool.
Yeah, just behind the scenes, not like
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I like it behind the scenes.
Yeah. As you know, we're all a team. It's all about, not just the people in front of the camera or in front of the microphone, but behind as well.
So true. So true.
Absolutely. So you're doing that, and then what made the transition to because you're a photographer behind the scenes, and now you're running stuff, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
a lot of responsibility.
In 2001, I ran for my local town council in upstate New York. So I just felt like, I wanted to get involved, and I saw some things I had questions about and thought, well, what the heck? I'll run for my town council. 13,000 people, small town. I won by 26 votes. So I snuck in there and served my first term, then ran unopposed the second time. So a couple of terms there, and that got my feet wet in local government. I learned so much. And used that I ended up working in Alaska for a time in tribal government and local government up there as a department director in communications.
Okay,
And
so back
then
to the communications.
Back to communications, but in a local government perspective, which was a great experience. Of course, Alaska, could talk for hours about that. But went from there to Clifton.
And where's Clifton at?
Clifton is in the southeast part of Arizona. It's a small town, maybe 4,000 people, beautiful area. You have the year-round San Francisco River going through that. It's right next to Morenci, the Morenci mine, Freeport-McMoran, the largest continuously operated copper mine in North America.
Okay.
So
how
big
did you end up
business.
over there? And that was from Alaska to
Alaska
there?
to Arizona.
Yeah, I had
That's
lived in Arizona briefly before in Phoenix, and I thought, well, I wanted to get back to that. So I guess I'm a guy of extremes from the heat,
the heat
to
to the
Alaska
yeah.
and then back. So yeah, always wanted to come back to Arizona. Found myself in Clifton, was there 3 years. And then the Tamale Fest in Somerton.
And the tamales, they got you, man, and they do get you. The tamales are delicious. So you were driving through. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I was coming through. My godson was visiting from New York, and turned out that the Somerton Tamale Fest was happening at that time, and we swung through and thought, well, this is a super fun event, and what a cool city. And I was looking at things like curbs and gutters and clean yards and opportunities for development. It had all the right things. And it's such a the best little city in Arizona is no joke.
Yeah.
Somerton, Arizona. So after that little trip, the city manager job opened up maybe 4 months later.
Or you just walked in there as like, these tamales are so good. Please give me a job. I will do anything.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's how it
I just
worked.
want to stay here.
Yeah.
Give me a job. But so it opened up and you applied and
I applied and they picked me.
Yeah.
Thank God. And that brought me to Yuma County.
so how long in Somerton?
Just over 2 years.
Over 2 years. Okay.
And then at the county, the deputy county administrator job was open. Susan Thorpe was the previous county administrator. I applied for that job and got that. Then 2 years after that, Susan retired. Threw my hat in the ring for the permanent position of county administrator, and it's been just about 4 years.
Okay, 4 years. So you enjoy it. You enjoy what you do, and then we'll get into a little bit of the responsibilities
Sure.
of administrator.
I do enjoy what I do. Some days are better than others, I think, with
Yeah.
any job. I mean, my job is to handle the day-to-day operations on behalf of the Board of Supervisors. They're the 5-person elected body. The county it's a big, diverse county, 220,000 people, 5,500 square miles, and the 5 board members represent different districts.
yeah, different parts. Yeah.
And they have different interests, but they all work together so well, which makes it easy because I report to them. 3 Democrats, 2 Republicans, but believe it or not, they work together. And in fact, the chairman is a Democrat, and they chose the vice chairman to be a Republican. So really that spirit of bipartisanship is symbolic of the collaboration that they show at that executive level. So it makes my job easy, and I run that day-to-day for them.
As we know, because we've had council members in and people running for city council come to this show, and everyone says, it's you put your partisan politics aside because you're doing the best for the city or for the county.
Yeah.
Exactly, Victor. That's right. There's no politics and potholes, as they say, right?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Yeah, I'm going to start saying that now.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
Yeah. But so one of the things with the county, and I want to get back to some of the responsibilities, but one of the recent things that I've heard, maybe it could be a part of the headache, is over at Smucker Park, that area right there
Smucker
that
Park
has kind of been destroyed by a project.
This is a decades-long issue.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the county is flood control. And flood control is a major concern in this area. You know, we get sometimes heavy rains, and because the way the ground is, it doesn't absorb, and so we got to deal with the water. And that's been an issue in that area for a long time. Smucker Park flood control project continues to be an issue. Unfortunately, our contractor, the flood control district's contractor, walked off the job, and that led to some headaches. So the park is scheduled to be reopened in May. The city's doing some grass planting and tree planting. The majority of the park should be back open, but we're also looking for another contractor to finish the rest
kind
of
of
the
finish
park.
everything. Yeah, it just I would see online people were talking like city. They're upset at the city, and then I've talked to people. I like to find out what's going on. I talk to city council members, and they like, hey, go to the county. You need to talk to the county about this. This is their deal and stuff like that. But it becomes a big ordeal and part of the headache. But it's something that you kind of under your purview.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the nice thing about being county administrator is I'm only expected to know a little bit about a lot. There's no way that I can get into details. It's such a vast, complex operation, and I'm learning every day. I mean, the flood control district is its own separate entity generally under my purview. The county engineer is also the flood control manager for the county, so he handles the day-to-day for the flood control district. But yeah, it's something that's on our radar. There's been legal claims associated with that issue. So, yeah, it's a headache, but also an opportunity to get that project done once and for all, get it done right, and get the park restored. Yeah,
absolutely. So now we got past the headache. What are some of the cool stuff that you get to do, or some, the day-to-day, or some of the big projects?
We have a lot of big projects. In the county, we had identified a number of aging facilities. Yuma County's been operating in its old administration building for quite some time on Main Street, and it was identified that that building is no longer sufficient to meet the needs of the community. So the county a few years ago bonded just about $60 million and built a new county administration building right across the street, 197 Main Street. So 100,000 square foot building, 3 stories, a full basement, consolidating many county offices and departments that will serve our community. So really, cliche alert, one-stop shop, so people can come in and get what they need done, taken care of.
Have you been there, Johnny? Have you been in the
I
building?
haven't been. I drive by it all the time, but I haven't been inside.
It's a beautiful new building.
Outside I see it, and I know Pilkington. They always do a great job. So
They did a great job.
Yeah. So is it pretty exciting being in that new building?
It's an honor. It's a privilege to be in that beautiful new building. And another project is the Health District remodel. They're adding 20,000 square feet to that building, the Health District building. We learned during COVID that it was just not enough to handle everything. So adding 20,000 square feet and remodeling about 80.
Is that over there by Walmart? Is that one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's a big project. That should be wrapped up here in a few weeks. So we're excited about that. The historic county courthouse got a significant remodel lately. Emergency management got a new building out by Public Works, which is where they have their emergency operations center. So some synergies there. Just a lot of good, positive things happening. Broadband, we learned during COVID that Yuma County broadband was not great. Kids were out of school doing remotely, and
that became a
East
big
County.
thing. Yep.
Yes, sir, big problem. So a big investment there using ARPA funds that came from the federal government, American Rescue Plan Act funds. That was a top priority of the board. We have a 170-mile middle mile network to feed super fast, affordable, high-speed internet in Yuma County for schools, businesses, residents, visitors. It's big.
So that must feel great to be a part of a project like that, because there was a big bottleneck and with that during COVID. That's stuff that you don't even realize until something like that happens.
Exactly.
Right?
If it's something that we can help make better, and that's a big marquee project, right? But sometimes it's the little ones. We were out in Tacna maybe 3 weeks ago, and they had a new playground for kids. With some playground equipment for disabled children or handicapped, and just as some of the school kids came out from the local elementary school, and they loved it. They were playing. We had hot dogs and cookies. They didn't want to stop playing on the equipment. So it's like those little things that sometimes make it so rewarding doing what we do.
Absolutely. Can you explain to folks that maybe don't know the difference between and the separation, the city and the county? Because the city is inside the county, correct? But there's like certain, you have one jurisdiction, they have another, but you can explain.
That's right. So we have the cities of San Luis, Somerton, Yuma, and the town of Welton within Yuma County. And Yuma County encompasses all of those, but we are essentially an extension of state government. So there's 15 counties in Arizona. We're actually the second fastest growing county in Arizona behind Pinal County right now, so a lot of growth going on. But we handle things that the state does for the localities. We make it easy for residents to access those services, the courts, public safety through the sheriff's office, the county jail, prosecution through the county attorney's office, indigent defense through our public defender, legal defender. We have probation departments, buildings and maintenance of roads. We have just under 1,000 miles of county roads, and about a third of that is gravel roads. Record management, elections, legal documents.
A lot of responsibility.
Emergency response, a lot.
And so, but since the city's in the county, but is there like lines and they take care of certain things in there?
That's correct. Within their jurisdiction, they handle those.
But if it's a city election, you still help out with the election process, correct?
That's right. And there is overlap. Like the health department will inspect restaurants within city limits or do vector control countywide. So there's things that we do that cities don't do. They rely on the county to do.
So is there a message you want to share with our listeners and viewers? Maybe something you get asked a lot as a county administrator, like, why aren't you fixing this? Or how can I get involved? How can I make public comment? That kind of thing. Anything?
Thank you for that. I think that the big question is when people get their tax bill and it comes from the county and they say, holy smokes, this is, county's taking a lot of my taxes. One of the things the county does, it's a state authorized function, is we collect the taxes for all the taxable jurisdiction, the schools, the cities or the town. So that all comes from the county, but our portion of what's collected is less than 25% of that tax bill. So yes, we're the collector, but we do it on behalf of the other taxing entities.
Yeah, so clear up some confusion there.
That's right.
Right there. And anything else you want to leave us with? Yeah, and we got to get you on when we have some more time and stuff. But anything else you would want to leave people with?
Yuma County is a special place, and I'm honored to be able to be in this position. The board's top priority is customer service, and that's what we're here. We don't sell widgets, we provide service. So if anyone out there has ideas of how we can serve you better, I want to hear about it. We're here to serve the residents.
Real quick, are when they meet together, the county supervisors, are those public? Anybody can join, kind of like a city council?
Public meetings, first and third Monday of the month.
And they're in the new building over there?
Beautiful new building in the EF Sanguinetti Auditorium, 9 a.m.
Oh, very cool. I might have to go over there, check that out. Go ahead.
I want to say something real quick. So Ian is committed to the county, and he still goes to Somerton. He's still invited to the carne asadas, as they say.
Yes, that's right.
You'll see him out there.
Yeah, that's
the Tamale Festival.
The Tamale Festival, absolutely delicious. Great festival down there. Thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. And with that, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back with who, Victor?
Ariana Peraza. She's with the Arizona Western College soccer team.
Yep, indeed. Right after this, you're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Historical Society hosts Garden Talks Saturday, March 28th from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Sanguinetti House Gardens. This informal gathering explores stories from Yuma's past with a short presentation and relaxed discussion over coffee and pastries in a garden setting. Details at yumahistoric.org/events.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. Another hot day in Yuma as afternoon highs climb near 100 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight with a low around 63 degrees. A meeting will be held at the Gadsden District Administrative Office tonight, located at 1350 East Cesar Chavez Boulevard in San Luis. It'll start at 6 p.m. and will involve a public hearing to consider changing the names of Cesar Chavez Elementary School and the Cesar Chavez Activity Center at San Luis Middle School. If you'd like to listen in, you can stream live on Facebook and YouTube by looking up the district's account at GESD32. More details online at KAWC.org.
What's Up Yuma Radio is your chance to celebrate all things Yuma on your local public radio station, KOFA 94.7 FM. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On our next program, we are going to be joined by Yuma County Administrator Ian McGaughey, as well as our very own Julia Castillo from the AWC, Arizona Western College Theater Club. So join us for What's Up Yuma Radio weekday mornings on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online through the KAWC YouTube and Facebook pages.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what is being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate, like I've discovered I can do, and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by
Ariana Peraza, freshman forward for the Arizona Western College women's soccer team. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. AKA football. Is that how you say it in Spanish?
Football, yeah.
Yes. Football.
Soccer,
Yeah.
football, depending on what you
Very
want to call it.
popular in this area.
Yes.
Like I did play when I was a little kid. When I was a youngster, I played for a little bit, yeah, very popular here. But you're not from here, but not too far away, though, right?
No, this Yuma is very familiar to me. Yes.
So where are you from originally?
So originally, I'm from El Centro, California. So technically in California, about an hour away from Yuma.
Yeah, about an hour away. And have you been playing soccer since you were itty bitty?
Yes, I mean, since I was 5. Actually, I used to play in Yuma for the little boys club, RSL.
Okay.
Yeah.
So soccer, you love it. You took to it right away when you were young?
Yeah, I mean, my parents tried putting me in ballet, tap, and just wouldn't stick.
No, that wasn't
You're like, no, I'm a
it.
soccer girl.
Yeah.
No, I need to kick the ball.
Yes,
Go out
yes.
there, like have some aggression out. You know,
Yeah.
You're feisty. All right, I like it. So you're doing that. You enjoyed it. What do you enjoy about it? Is it because you get to kick the ball? You're out there in the field. What is it about soccer?
I think it's just the constant intensity. I mean, it's such a fast-moving sport. You just get so much out of it. It's just, I don't know. Just I love it.
So you're playing. They have leagues over there as well. Like, why did you have to come to Yuma for some time?
So yeah, I mean, playing with girls, you know, I always wanted to push myself to get to a higher level and just have more competition. So, I mean, I had to play with boys when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, you were just like whooping butt on the field, and you're just like, this is getting. You're yawning out there, like,
No.
oh, and just doing tricks and everything, and it's like, come on, get the boys over here.
No.
No, okay.
You just got to find competition where you can get it. I mean, it is a little bit of a drive, but you kind of have to make those sacrifices.
So, what was it like when you drove over here and your first day, you're against the boys?
I mean, my dad, he's been the one taking me in just all the commutes. It's been great. It's nervous because you're already kind of set apart as someone different, but I mean, it's great if you can compete. It just really shows that you're there.
But what was it like, though? Like that first day, you're competing. Like, here it is. You want more of that competition.
Yeah.
Did you do good? Did it take a little while to kind of find your groove?
Yeah, it was hard to break out of my shell a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I was young, but I think for the most part, I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
A lot of fun. And so did you play in school? Do they have it in school programs later on?
Yeah, so when I went to high school, I played for Central Union High School. I played over there in El Centro.
So how was the team?
My junior year, we made it all the way to the finals of CIF, so we made it pretty far. But it's a little rocky, but it was good.
So what do you mean by rocky? Like the team wasn't that good. Like you had the hiccups, the coaching.
The team was good. It's just I think in the California area, the competition gets hard just because you're playing against San Diego teams. So it gets pretty difficult.
Yeah, so bigger schools, more competition.
Exactly.
They all want to go to like the D1 schools or whatever.
Yeah.
California's big on soccer.
So you're playing against San Diego teams.
Yeah, that's kind of where our conference is. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, definitely like bigger cities have more kids to choose from.
Exactly.
To be able to put
it's a
out
bigger
there.
player pool.
Yeah. So they're doing that, but you still did pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, we had a really good season my junior year. It's really good.
So then junior year, senior year, and then now you're here. I see how I did that. I just rapped a little bit, but
Smooth.
so thank you very much. I like that. I appreciate that. But no, so was that always kind of in since you played here young? Like AWC, was that in the back of your mind?
You know what? My dad introduced me to the school at first because he was always interested in the boys' side of the team, and I mean, he had kind of told me about it, and then I heard Coach Victor went to one of my high school games, and that immediately sparked my interest. And I just started researching the school, and I really liked what I saw.
Okay. So I'm going to leave it to Victor now to ask some more technical questions. He's our sports guy, so
you get recruited by AWC. And it's known for, recruiting players both from the region, like Yuma, El Centro, but also international. So did that also attract you? Like, hey, I know Yuma. I like the vibe. I like the, school. I like the community.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one time we went onto the roster just to see where everyone was from. And you see like 2 locals and you're kind of like, whoa, this is weird. So it's definitely, it piques your interest a lot. Yeah. And it kind of brings you in to kind of find out why and more. Yeah.
But and so that bringing that roster in has brought some success. I know there's been like 2 consecutive trips to the national championship game for the team. And so was that this last season as well?
Yeah, we went to the final all the way.
So what was that like, just kind of, pushing yourself with the team and making it that far?
I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, the final was so close, and I mean, unfortunately we lost in penalties, but our team gave it our all. And I mean, it was a great season. I think everybody tried super hard, and they found out more things about themselves.
Yeah.
It was good.
So John, I have a question. Yeah. So what does that mean, lost in penalties?
So basically, it was 0-0 the entire game.
So, okay. Yeah. Which soccer is sometimes like the high score is like 1. Like, we got 1-0. 1-0. Yeah. It's like such a.
Someone has to win. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got to say, okay, so I played for a little bit as a kid, right? And then trying to watch it because the World Cup becomes like a big deal. Like, there's certain things. And I did like it. But what I liked about it was the energy from everybody around, right? It was more of a community thing because the scoring is so low. You're not used I'm used to basketball where it can get up to, 130 points, right? In a game. And it's so low. So, okay, now 0-0 is a reality. And because 0-0 is a reality, you go to what's called penalties?
So it was 0-0, and then we went into overtime. And then overtime, just extra time just to see if overtime. If anyone's going to score, and then no one scored. So then we went into penalties.
What does that mean, going into penalties? Like you had so many flags, or like
no. So
penalty kicks?
Basically,
penalty kicks.
Kicks.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when they go like one player from one team and then one player from the other team, and then literally it's like a free kick. Yeah. And then they either make it or they miss, and then it's like best of 5.
Yeah. So you guys go back and forth, and the scoring goes, and I believe after a certain amount, based off how many misses and how many makes, they'll determine a winner based off that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you did great up until the penalty kicks.
Yes. Personally, I didn't take one, but I mean, the game was so back and forth. When you play against teams that are just so close and level, you're not going to get a high scoring. And that's kind of why, we went into penalties at the end. Yeah.
So you didn't get to take a penalty kick? Why not? Why didn't they put their star player in?
We got to talk to your coach about that.
Yeah, I know.
My namesake, Coach Victor.
Yeah, Coach Victor. Where's Coach Victor at? I got to find out. And do they get to pick?
So, it's kind of like, I believe Coach Victor picked who took them. And he had the lineup. I'm pretty sure he already had it made beforehand. So,
okay. All right. Well, we're still going to deal with him about that. We're going to find out.
So getting back to the this team that you have, this mix of like local players and then international players, we've talked to other coaches and other players from other sports where the teams are like that. They're mixed. But you find like the sport is like the main language. So in your case, like soccer is the main language. So does that help like when you're out on the pitch and you're like, having to, talk to your teammates and you find this like common language?
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember the beginning of the season, Coach Victor had said, like, even though you guys don't speak the same language, soccer's universal.
Yeah.
And as I've played with them and as I've got to know them, it's true. I mean, you get to learn so much about someone, but because you guys share such a big passion together, you bond over that.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Because there's like players from like Japan and like
Really?
Spanish-speaking countries
Yeah.
and like non-Spanish-speaking countries. So it's a mix.
So Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is soccer big in Japan?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty big anywhere.
It's
Anywhere in the world.
I guess it is like the global sport.
Yeah.
For sure.
So thinking about that, because we are in Women's History Month and we've talked about like women's sports, how there's more of a focus on women's sports. Do you feel that like as a women's soccer player, there's more eyes, on you and on, the women's pro leagues? And
I definitely think it's becoming more popular, which I'm so happy to see that. I think it's great that it's rising in different countries, not only the U.S. And I think finally we're getting the eyes and the value that we deserve.
Yeah. And so the women's U.S. soccer team has been good for a while. They've won World Cups. But now we're going to have the World Cup is going to be in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico coming up later this summer. So you'll probably see.
Oh, it's coming
if you
up
haven't
pretty
seen
soon?
the ads.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
the
summer.
U.S. the World Cup is coming to the U.S.
And you said, what do you like? The games are going to be played in those
Yeah,
areas?
so I think the closest one to us, there are no games in Phoenix, but I think the closest games are going to be in Los Angeles.
Oh, gotcha.
So if anyone wants to follow that, but that's the men's side. But the women's team the U.S. women's team is always better than the men. They always win more.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For sure, for the U.S., yeah.
I didn't know that. Why is that? Any idea or just?
I believe that at least for the women's side of soccer, I think it's more developed. I think in Europe and other countries like that, men's soccer is definitely taking more of a initiative to produce better players. Yeah.
Gotcha. And do you get excited about that when the World Cup comes? Like the games are on?
Yeah, I mean, I remember 4 years ago, I was still in high school, but I was watching it during class. I mean, I didn't want to miss a game. It's nice knowing that you have something to look forward to. And watching those games are cool.
So I want to ask you, I want to take a pause from the sports, but you're a student here as well, and you're studying political science, is that right?
I'm studying political science.
So how did you decide on that major?
So my mom works for the district attorney's office, and she kind of always, told me about being an attorney and everything like this. And I actually wanted to go into the medical field at first, but after seeing my brother do nursing, completely turned it off for me. I did not want to do anything.
No ballet, no nursing.
No. All that turned it off for me. So I kind of looked more into law and things like that in the government, and it has interested me a lot.
So that still is something that interests you, like you follow the news as much as you can?
Yeah, not a lot of time to follow the news, but if I ever see a video like that, I definitely go into a deep dive, just searching.
So what is it? Like you said, do you want to also maybe practice law or like political, be in administration or?
That's kind of where I'm still deciding. I don't know if it's kind of something more in the government position I would like to do or focus more on the law aspect, but it's definitely something in that realm.
I could see you as a lawyer.
Really?
Definitely. You're incredibly well-spoken.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
you're a great communicator. So I could see you up there.
Yeah.
Your Honor, and like this and that. And it's like the glove does not fit. You must have quit. Anyway.
Yeah. So see where the soccer goes. Maybe a pro league or something, because there are leagues out there. Like I know there's a team FC Tucson, if you've heard of them, and I think there's been a player or two from AWC that's gone there play for them. The women's team.
Yeah. Okay. So what is that like? What does that look like? Because you always mentioned, Victor, this thing called D1 that people try to go to. What are the kind of the steps, or what are the things that you want to follow?
Yeah, so after being here for 2 years, I would like to continue my education at a D1. So that would be either another 2 or 4 years. And then, I have big aspirations. I would love to go pro. So after that, just kind of, exploring my options and shooting for that.
So pro, what does that look like, pro? Because you mentioned a team.
Yeah.
I think I heard there was a Galaxy team or something like that.
Yeah, FC Tucson is like one, it's like a lower level. There's Major League Soccer. For the women, there's NWSL. There's a team in San Diego. So that could be something, down the line, because, I know they recruit players, maybe down to the high school level, but probably community college. So they like to get regional players. So there are leagues out there. There's the Women's Soccer League, and there's other, offshoots of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to follow any place that you would want to play? Like, is there any professional team out there that you would really like to end up with?
Nothing in particular. I mean, I kind of just want to explore my options and see where I fit the best. I mean, I don't mind moving far away. I'm kind of feel like I've been a little too close to home.
Yeah.
So I don't mind
Yeah.
shooting a little bit further later down in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
But okay, in those teams, do they televise these games at all, or
Yes.
they
I
do?
believe in some leagues they do.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the NWSL, that's like Alex Morgan, some of the bigger
Yes,
names.
that's the
Okay.
highest level.
Yeah, that's the highest level. There's San Diego Wave is the local team. But yeah, so there's at all levels, and a lot of the men's teams have women's teams.
Okay.
Both in the U.S. and abroad. So like in Europe, there's a lot of women's teams, like the bigger teams, like FC Barcelona, Manchester United. I believe they have women's teams.
Those
as
are
well.
names I'm familiar
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Yes.
So you don't have a specific destination because you just like the opportunity, but is there any teams you like any teams you go for? Like,
Men's
try to
or
watch?
women's?
Men's or women? Yeah, it doesn't
Ooh,
matter.
men's or women's. I mean, probably my favorite team for Europe is Real Madrid. So, I mean, that's the team I kind of go for.
And where is that at?
That's going to be in Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah,
Spain.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Europe, but then that sounded Spanish. So okay, that makes sense.
Madrid,
Yeah.
España.
Okay. So that's a team that you watch, like you try to find the games on
Yeah,
TV?
I'll watch that either in the Champions League or just certain games that they're playing in, or even the Mexican League. I don't watch it too often, but every time there's a game, I'll try to watch.
You try to watch
Yeah.
something? Yeah. So how's it been here at AWC and how's the soccer team doing?
Right now in our spring season, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we've played 3 big D1 schools, and we got 2 ties and 1 loss, but these are schools that, they've been together longer. They're at a higher level, so it's nice to see that we are still able to compete with them.
2 ties. So what was the score?
So first it was 3-3 for when we played Cal State Fullerton, and then when we played Grand Canyon University, it was 0-0.
Okay. So a good goalie on your team is always critical,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or but is that what it's called in
Yes.
the
Yes.
professional terms? I remember as a kid that's what it was called. So I
Still
don't know.
called goalie.
So still called goalie. Okay, cool. But and what position again do you play?
I'm a winger, so I'm playing on the side of the line. Yeah.
Okay, and then where at in position though? You're on the side, but are you like not in the forward? I would guess.
I'm a forward.
You're
yeah.
more of a forward,
Yeah.
so like you could drive it down, and then
Yes,
hopefully
yes.
they don't have as good of goalie, and you can kind of get it in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that the position you like? And
Yeah, probably winger is my preferred position. Victor's put me as outside back before, which I have enjoyed because I used to play defense, so I don't mind that either. Just kind of anywhere where their team needs me, I don't mind changing positions.
what's been your favorite part of playing here?
Probably the environment. I mean, the speed of play is so quick, and yes, it's hard to get used to, and yes, it's a lot of hard work, but being an athlete, I think anyone can relate that that's kind of what's so precious about it. I mean, just playing hard and everything like that, it's so rewarding. I think all the hard work, and you see all the improvements and achievements that we've made throughout the season, and it's paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. How's your coach? Tough coach?
It's a tough coach, but I mean, you wouldn't want a nice guy to be your coach.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah, you need it. I saw that. What's that video that went viral? That women's basketball coach was in that girl's face. Have you seen that, Victor?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
there's a couple of coaches like that.
Well,
Yeah,
she was like
in
right
all
next
sports.
to it, like
Yeah.
and somebody
Yeah.
did the lip reading and said what she said. It was,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, that was intense. But you
Yeah.
want an intense coach, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I want someone that's going to push me to be the best, and if that's what it takes, then
That's cool.
I'll ask for that.
So there's a game coming up. I know that like in a couple weeks there's a one last like spring exhibition game. Tell
Yeah,
us
it's
about
our
that.
last spring exhibition game versus University of UCSD. So San Diego. Yeah, and we play them April 11th, I believe, at 2 p.m.
Okay, and then so when does the season start again for AWC team?
For the fall, we start in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. I think no matter what career path you take, either in soccer or being a lawyer, I think
Yeah.
you should be a lawyer. I'm going to, if I ever get into trouble or just, I need a
Yeah.
lawyer
Call
for
me.
something.
He'll hire you.
I'm going to hire you.
To represent him in court.
You're already hired. So you already got the job. So
Thank
if
you.
you go that way, but thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
I really appreciate it. And we are going to take a break and we'll be back with our very own Julia Castillo right here on What's Up Yuma Radio on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by the 2 Welton locations of High Tanks Brewing Company, its craft brewery and tap room, featuring scratch-made food and handcrafted beers, including Daphne's Date Ale and the Gila Hazy IPA. Also, live music and experiences such as farm tours and glamping are available. More at hightanks.com.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we hear from artists and promoters alike who share the impact music has on Yuma.
That's what I really like. I like people having a good time, bringing joy. Music is such a powerful instrument to transmit joy.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The
Hotspot.
For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel. The Cocopah Indian Tribe's Environmental Protection Office successfully completed its first ecological restoration project, restoring 40 acres of land at the Cocopah North Reservation. Part of the project included a 3-day workshop led by Fred Phillips of Fred Phillips Consulting. The workshop brought together more than 30 participants and volunteers who contributed to hands-on field work while learning planting and restoration techniques. Volunteers from nonprofits outside of Yuma joined the effort, along with tribal members from other departments who wanted to help and learn more about their land, like tribal member Santana Salazar, who also works in the Cocopah Cultural Resources Department.
As long as we keep the river clean, taking care of our nature, hopefully it'll just keep growing.
The group planted dozens of willows and other native species. For KAWC, I'm Alexandra Rangel.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
Exactly how does Border Radio bring you some of the most incredible music on the planet? Listener support. Donations from people who care. Your support is an investment in the powerful idea that handcrafted songs from yesterday and today should be accessible, relevant, and always playing for everyone. Visit borderradioaz.org to support the music, and thanks.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Julia Castillo, who does a lot of things around here, one of which is the show that's airing right after our show, the Midday Mix right here on KOFA, as well as AWC's Theater Club, correct?
Yes, that is true.
Cool. I got that right. I like that when I do that. Yeah, I paid attention to my notes. But off air real quick, it sounds like you've been a theater kid for quite some time.
Pretty much since the beginning of time.
Yeah. Wow, that's a long time. But growing up, are you from here in Yuma?
Yep, born and raised, and my mom's from here, and so, the whole family's all from here.
How did the theater part come into it? Were you like a kid that liked to perform in front of family when they come over?
You like the drama part of drama?
Or just you're dramatic and you're like, oh,
I think I'm a pretty naturally dramatic person.
Yeah, are you? Yeah.
Anyone who's ever talked to me, for sure. But I think when I was a kid, my parents probably saw an opportunity to put their child in a cute costume and take a few photos, and they thought that would be it. They had no idea that it would become my entire life's work.
Wow. So they did that. They're putting you in costumes. They're taking the pictures, and you're like playing out the characters in your mind, maybe at like a young age.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. I found this whole life. And so did you get into theater right away then? Like, how did that work?
Yeah, I was about 5 years old when I was in my first theater production. And then
5 years old?
Yep. Since then, I've done at least 3 productions every year at the minimum, sometimes more.
Geez, so what was the first one? Do you remember at 5?
I was in like Tortoise and the Hare, and I was like a cute little ensemble bear. It was adorable.
Oh, right on. And then after that, you've moved obviously from being an ensemble bear to now you're playing Wendy and Peter Pan. We're going to get to, right? Mm-hmm. But so tell me about it. Was it like part of like school programs or the theater in Yuma? Like what? How'd you get so many gigs?
It definitely was some school programs for sure. But quite honestly, I remember noticing that there was a bit of a lack of theater school programs around me. So I really tried to seek them out. I was with YCT, Yuma Community Theater. I've done shows with the Arts Center. Anywhere I can find a production, I'm going to try my best to get my hands on it.
Yeah. So what is it about that though? What part of it, that you enjoy? Is it the acting, performing in front of people? What is it?
Honestly, I think theater is the most naturally human thing on the planet. I think everyone is an actor. Shakespeare said all the world's a stage, and I think that's very true. If you look at it historically and also just in our own lives, as a child, what do you do when you're a kid? You play pretend with your friends. You play pretend with your family. I think it's just the only thing that ever came natural to me, quite honestly.
Yeah, so pretending.
Yeah,
pretend.
Yeah.
And then I remember, I don't know if I'm going to age myself. There used to be a show called the Muppets, right? Everybody knows the Muppets.
They're still around.
But there used to be a show called Muppet Babies. There was like a cartoon, and the whole theme of it was use your imagination. It was always about imagination and pretending, and I really liked that as a kid. I was like, it drew me to it, and so you started pretending, and you I like this pretend world better than the real world, and
Absolutely.
so I'm going to kind of stick here, and I'm going to seek it out. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think in my own life personally, the thing that is hardest to reckon with is that I'll never be another person. I can't have every human experience, but on stage, I absolutely can. I've played characters who have been through crazy experiences. I've played characters who get to fly, like Wendy and Peter Pan. That is an aspect of life that I think is just so special. I get to be everyone I could ever dream of.
So, okay, any character that you've really resonated with or maybe enjoyed playing the most?
Absolutely.
Okay, who's that?
I think of Joe March from Little Women, and I also think of Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
Those are two of my favorites for sure.
What about those two characters stick out for you?
They feel so real. I think they're very real people, and I feel like they're very relatable. For those of you who have been to high school English class, you remember The Great Gatsby. Daisy Buchanan has like this crazy affair, and she's got a lot of turbulent emotions. A lot of people have been through hard seasons of life that are difficult to weather, and I think that's very relatable.
So I guess I just know Great Gatsby, the movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio version?
Yeah. My daughter's mom you got to watch this movie, and I was like, it's okay. She's like, it's the greatest movie ever. Like this is, I love this, but I'm like, it's all right. But playing that character and the real aspects of it, something really clicked with you.
Absolutely, yeah.
So strong woman characters, would you say?
I'll play anything. I've played women who are very strong, who are very forthcoming.
And then vulnerable ones?
Yes, I've played your damsel in distress many times.
Okay. How do you do that? And which one do you relate to more?
I think both are very easy to relate to. There's times in our lives where we feel vulnerable and we feel scared, and then there's times in our lives where we're maybe more empowered. I think both are beautiful in their own way.
So you're doing that at the high school level. Were you and you said YCT and these things, but was there a drama club at your high school? Or
there was, in fact. I was president of my drama club.
Okay, well, sure,
which
of
school
course.
was that?
What
Gila
school?
Ridge High School.
Down the street.
You were the president, and what was it like there?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I did Dracula there. That was a really fun show that we did. We did Our Town. I think I've always enjoyed theater everywhere I go. It's kind of the only thing that I really naturally gravitated towards. That and music, of course.
What about music? What's that about? You sing too? You're going to sing for us here in a little bit, or what?
Not to put her on the spot.
Yeah, not to put you on the spot, but go.
No. Right now, yeah. No, I absolutely do sing. I was in a band in high school.
Oh, okay.
I was in 2 different bands, actually. I've always done choir. I used to write some music of my own. That's definitely something I've always been a part of. And now I host the Midday Mix.
Yeah. And the reason why I brought up the music thing, because a part of drama, there's musicals. So do you like that aspect of it as well, or not so much?
I love musicals, I do, but I find for myself personally that I actually kind of prefer the mediums be separate a lot of the times. I'll do a musical if I'm really passionate about the storyline, but I feel like there's something really to be said about the importance of just a straight play. Also, everyone's got to train their attention span.
Yeah.
I fear musicals are so popular because we can't sit through a 2-hour production of just scenes and dialogue.
Yeah.
Really?
We got it. Yeah, people need to really train their attention span, like be able to sit through it.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's a level of seriousness and a level of importance that you can't maybe get across with a musical.
Right.
It's hard for me to take this production super serious in
serious.
the message if you keep
Yeah.
breaking out into song.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was always like the opposite. Like I didn't, I guess, enjoy musicals until maybe like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
I hated them growing up. I was like,
Yeah.
well, stop singing and get back to the
Yeah.
point.
You're like, why are you singing
know,
about like
my-
toothbrushes or whatever?
My cousin, shout out to Marie Mesa, like West Side Story, and like she would watch these ones and constantly, and I'm like, this, I can't stand it. Like I don't like it. But now you're saying because attention spans, people need to break out with a little like thing
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
go and oh yeah,
Yeah, and there's like sing along movies like Wicked.
Well,
was
Wicked,
really
like
huge
that's like I was
with,
like
the
somebody told
sing-along.
me to watch Wicked. You
Yeah.
know, again, my daughter's mom says you know, and I watched it and I was like, oh, it's pretty good. You know, yeah, it's like I guess I enjoyed it. But but you said keep them separate.
You know, I do love musicals, but for me personally,
you.
I do
For you.
think
Keep
I
it separate.
enjoy them separated most of the time. I'll do a musical, like I said, if I really love
Mm-hmm.
it or am passionate about the story, but they're different to me, different mediums.
So any particular genre that you enjoy? Do you like serious? You like comedy?
You know, I've done a little bit of everything. I've done a lot of improv shows, and I've also
You've done improv?
Yes, I have.
Whoa, okay.
Like SNL style sketch
Are you
comedy.
serious?
Or like,
Yes.
give me a
Stop it
topic,
right
give me
now.
a location, that kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, go give her one, Victor. No, I'm just kidding. No.
The cafeteria. No.
And the reason why I got excited, I've always wanted to do improv.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's one of those things where I get too scared to even
No, I
kind
think
of.
you'd be good. I think you'd be good because you have a natural like MC like vibe, host kind of vibe. That's why people ask you to host events and stuff.
Yeah, and I think maybe I should try it. I feel old though. I'm like old now, like to
No.
get into it. But I've always loved improv and sketch comedy. Like growing up, that was just watching it. I never got into it. I did theater production 1 year just because I needed a credit to graduate.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. So, did you like improv?
Yeah, absolutely. Quite honestly, I think the ability to utilize improv is probably one of the most important skills any actor could ever have.
Yeah.
The truth is, improv in itself is good for auditions, incredibly good for auditions, because when you get there, you
They
have really
do.
no idea what they're going to ask of you. You can prepare all you want. At the end of the day, you can't predict what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I also think live theater is one of those mediums where things happen, mistakes happen. You need to be able to improvise. It's very key and crucial.
That's something that, so we've had a couple people on. We were talking about Dylan here from AWC, but then Christina Bloom from YCT, from Yuma Community Theater.
I've worked with both those people.
Yeah. And so they both told us about that, like, having to, think on the spot and like come up with a character, and like you're going in for an audition and the, the casting director says, okay, or prepare a monologue or something, or prepare a scene.
Yeah.
So they have to get into their actor mode.
They got to do it. Yeah. And so what about like sketch comedy stuff? You said like SNL type of stuff that you enjoy that?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I think improv shows, that's a whole different beast in itself.
Yeah.
But I think it's, like I said, very pivotal for any actor to kind of know what they're doing. I think improvisation is a very important skill. And also it's fun to watch. It's fun to go to an improv show and know that the people on stage have no idea what's going to happen next, and neither do you.
There's been like improv and sketch comedy troupes, and that's where a lot of these people, these actors and actresses that we common name in movies, but this is where they started. They started in these, like even Pee Wee Herman started in one, he would just be up there doing his thing. And that's how he created the character Pee Wee Herman, was on stage improving. Right. And so you experience some of that. What are your goals with this? Do you want to go out and be a part of a comedy troupe? You want to?
That would be exciting. I could see that happening for sure.
Or any part of it. Like, is that movies? Like, what is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think anything in the future, I would be totally open to anything theater-wise.
Okay, but hold on. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna be an adult right now and a mentor. You can't just say anything. You have to kind of have a goal. You have to put it there. You got to like visualize it a little bit more.
Well,
so if there's like one thing that you could pick, like one there you can hone in on, go.
Okay, so we're gonna come clean here. The truth is, I'm a big manifester, and I'm someone who works really, really hard at everything I do. And I'm deeply delusional. So, in my own personal bedroom, on top of my wall, you'll see a sign that says EGOT, and that's the big long-term vision. That's a big, ambitious goal. So I wasn't as forthcoming.
So you know what that
with
means?
It.
EGOT.
No, I
It's
don't.
an abbreviation. So you want to tell our listeners?
Right.
Tell Johnny.
EGOT. You got the Emmy, the Oscar, the Grammy, the Tony. You got them all.
Yeah.
You want 'em all.
So if you're an actor or an actress, that's something like you want to get those awards.
So Tony, is that part of musicals, right? Is that
Theater.
theater?
Broadway, yeah.
Okay, Broadway. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that there. I'm so glad I asked this question. I'm like, should I do it?
Yeah.
Should I ask and really put her on the spot? But
No.
you already have the spot in your bedroom where it says
It's
it,
everywhere,
and
yeah.
you're going to do it. So that's what you want. So you want to explore all of those and get an award in each one. That's the way it goes?
Absolutely, yeah,
Okay.
most definitely. That would be the goal. Of course, that's a very high, ambitious goal, so I don't typically tell everyone, but I'm going to share it with you and the people
Cool.
listening.
Thank you. No, now we can say we knew her when she gets big and
That's what I'm
famous in
saying.
Hollywood.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. When you see it, like there it is, and
Yeah.
now she got the E and the G, and the it's like she's on to the O and the T or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to have that. You do have to have something to aim for. You said you're a big manifester. This is a part of who you are as a person. But you're going to reach those goals as long as you're focused on it. And maybe you don't get to the T or whatever, but you got the E. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
you're doing it. So what first? Like which one would you like to get into first, if anything?
Oh my goodness. Well, in my delusional brain, right, I can do everything, including fly, because I'm in Peter Pan.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of wanted a Grammy first. Absolutely. I want it so badly.
Okay.
An Oscar would be fabulous. A Tony. See, guys, I sound so...
No. So here's the thing. You're in good company because I'm completely delusional. No, I'm
My
completely
favorite kind of
delusional.
people.
I'm dead serious. Like I wake up, I'm delusional. But you can't do what I do and not be delusional. You can't do what you do and not be delusional. It's like you show up and it's like, no, I belong here. And it's like, no, you don't. You don't know that yet, but I do. And I belong here. And then it's like, well, maybe he does belong here. And then that delusion becomes reality, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I truly believe that in most cases, regardless of our circumstances, the thing that is truly standing in our way between what we want is how badly we are willing to work for it.
Exactly. I just got to say, in my profession, I was out 2 nights ago, real late at night at the fairgrounds, shooting videos for promotion, doing these things. And I really want it. And I'm working 13, 14-hour days doing stuff. But I have to be delusional in that and really put my best foot forward and work those long hours to get it. And then people think like, oh, wow, he just got it. No, I was delusional and I worked hard.
Absolutely.
So I got to ask you, we have a couple minutes left, how you got to be a host for Border Radio.
It was one of those moments where I decided to be bold and brave, and I walked in here and asked if I could do it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of people my generation are scared to call people on the phone. They're scared to just go and talk to someone in person. That's the one thing I've never been afraid of. I will go and I will ask for what I want very directly. And if I can't get it, I will try my best to work towards it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how Johnny got this show.
Absolutely.
Talking to Dave.
Yeah, that's exactly it was. It was like, go give it a shot. And I had encouragement from Troy Love, who's a therapist in town. He encouraged me to do it. I did it. I got it. And I was like, oh, wow, I got to do my own show. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I've never had my own show. But being a part of that, being a little bit delusional, going out asking, which people have a lot of fear of asking. And the thing is like, this is what I do. Here's a little tip, or maybe you do that as well. If they reject, I was like, you're lost. You're lost.
Yeah.
It's like you had an opportunity. You had an opportunity and you rejected, so it's your loss. And I'm going to move forward. I'm going to make it happen. Do you carry any of that yet?
Well, I think rejection is a fabulous opportunity to learn something.
Yeah.
There's always a reason behind it. There's always some type of something that I can take from it and take with it. I really do feel like any rejection is just another thing that's going to be really good if I write a book one day. It's just another story that I can add to the list.
And the movie that's going to be made about your life, right? It's like, there it is,
Yeah.
Like in my board at my house is all the people that rejected me. And
Oh,
it's like,
no.
no,
It's not like a list.
I don't have it. No,
it's not
a
like
list.
that list like Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Billy Madison.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy
That's what it is.
Madison.
Yeah.
There might be a
Mix those up.
difference between manifestation and spite.
yeah. But everything happens for a reason.
I'm teasing. I do not have a list. I'm just saying. But I do
Motivation.
believe in alchemy. So I take that and I turn it into gold, right? It's like, okay, you're going to do that. That's a little bit of energy that I'm going to take and I'm going to manifest gold with it. But so very cool. So Grammy first is what you want. So how are you going to do it real quick? And yeah, you got like less than a minute.
How am I going to do it? My goodness. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to work very hard. And that's about it. No one can stand in the way of me
release an album
working
first.
hard.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to do an album.
I'm working on it.
So tell everybody about Peter Pan and then how they can follow you on your journey to EGOT.
Absolutely, yeah. Peter Pan, it's happening here at AWC on campus at our theater. It's April 9th through the 12th, and tickets are $5 for general admission, free to AWC students. So if you're a student, please come. It's a free show to you. You can be a part of Theater Club. We have meetings every single Wednesday from 3 to 4, and you can find me on social media everywhere at Julia Castillo Spears, and I'm on Spotify. There you go.
Ah, very good. Your music's on there?
Yes.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that. I would have had talent played a song. Yeah, you got to come back. We're going to do that. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Hey, and now it's time for the legal read. What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. Want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on our next program, we're going to have Lindsay and Heather. And that's all I'm going to say about that until you find out tomorrow.
You have to tune in. You can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
And if you have a story to tell, and I know you do, all you got to do to book on this show is go to whatsupyuma.com or whatsupyuma.biz. Both of them will get you there. Click that radio link and then click book. Yeah, you could be on a story. Maybe you want to get an EGOT. That's what it's called, right? EGOT?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you want to get one. Get on the story. Let's hear about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.